Do you guys know that we have a cafe in Sunshine Beach now? For those who have been following along for a while will know that we had a coffee van. Started with product line, went into the coffee van, and now we have a little cafe of our own down in Noosa. The fit out of the cafe itself was definitely a drastic change. So when we got in here, it was actually quite dingy and dark. It had a lot of dark paints, dark timbers. Up the back here was a lot of cabinetry, which was very thick, it was very heavy, and it was just completely off-brand for us. So we came in with all the whites and all the colours, and we really wanted to open it up and lighten the space so that it's very on brand for us, but also a lot more inviting. So we gathered together all our friends and family, which definitely cut the costs for us, but also made it more of a bit of a community event too, so everyone can say, hey, I painted that wall and I did this and I did that. So it definitely, one, helped with cost, but two, also made it a little bit more of a fun venture, I guess you could say. So that's what we did.
You can talk.
Inside, so we kept the original floors, but all of this was really dark. It was, this was a concrete top. The front of this was just a bit dilapidated, and everything was really kind of worn and old and definitely needed some TLC. So we came in and we did exactly that. Out the back, there used to be a little kitchenette where we had a wall here, as you can still see on the floor. Some things you just can't get rid of. It had a little kitchenette, so we've actually changed this into a bit of like a cozy corner, hence the bench as well. Everyone thinks, oh, how nice, you put a bench in. It's actually hiding pipes, which you would never know unless I said that to you. So there used to be a sink and water pipes and whatnot over there, and we've repurposed that into being a seating area. Behind the wall, believe it or not, is actually a little like exhaust bench top kind of thing that you used to be able to put like a cooktop on and it would get sucked up through the roof. So we repurposed all of that because we knew we weren't going to be using it. If we do end up doing any food in this space, we're going to get it catered in, because what a good way to work with the community, as well as not having to worry about our food license, which is a whole other kind of thing that we don't want to yet venture into. And so we just really did insert a lot of life and light into the space, which is what it definitely needed. Through the back here, we have cleaned it all up and kept a few of the original bits and pieces, like this fridge, for instance, and the freezer. That was actually already here, so we were super grateful to have a few bits of equipment that we could actually just bring into our cafe that were already here before we started. Then we've kind of inserted some more shelves and stuff. Anyone who already has their cafe or works in the cafe industry will know that storage is everything. So we needed a little bit more of that was super accessible for us to be able to be making our drinks, and it's all kind of just at our fingertips. So that was very handy. And we've kind of just rolled on as we go on to every day. We kind of think that we might need a new addition here or a new something over there, so it's continuously growing and it'll probably never end. In the cafe, we actually use a Creme EX3 machine, which I love. It's really pretty, but it's also a really nice piece of machinery. In the coffee van, we used a completely different machine because it was half gas, which we have another video on that as well. And this machine is super streamlined, super user friendly, a really good coffee machine, and we love working with it. So grinder also, it's not one that matches with the machine, but this one is it's a Pavelli. It's just a really easy, user-friendly piece of machinery as well. So we wanted something that we could easily teach somebody to use. We didn't want something that's very technical. And with the adjustments, sometimes, you know, you can get the real fancy ones, but this one works perfectly for what we need. And the tamper, so the tamper was actually part of the premises when we came in here, and I wasn't sure if it actually worked at the start. And we plugged it in and all the lights came on, and I was like, ooh, we've wanted one of these for a while, but we just hadn't kind of looked into them much yet. So that is a really great piece that I'm glad is now in here, because it kind of just takes out that piece of human error. If you've got a few staff on, or if you've got different ones coming and going, it takes out the like different pressure that people might put on the tamp, so it just does that for you. A lot of videos might not talk much about, you know, the cleanliness and the machinery that might get skipped a little bit is the dishwasher. So workflow is everything, and a lot of people do talk about that, but they don't talk about the essential need for a dishwasher and for it to be able to keep up with the workload that you're putting out. So having the dishwasher in here and being able to have it as a workflow and everything's kind of in one area without people working on top of each other is essential. So this area that we've got for the cafe down in Noosa has actually got an outdoor area that is really kind of was a cherry on top for the space that we wanted. So choosing a space down in this end of town was definitely top of our list. And then also having an outdoor area that was really good for entertaining, having an area where we could actually hold space for events was really important to us, but also going along with our brand being a nice vibe, just sit and enjoy your coffee. So this was definitely key for us. It did come at a bit of an extra cost. This is council area, which is separate to the lease of the cafe itself, but we knew that going into it, so it was a risk we were willing to take. Thanks for watching another Brewdy video. Like and subscribe to see more, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us for another video. If you like what you see, thanks for joining us for another video. Like and subscribe for more. It's a freaking circus.
But after all I've said, please don't forget, we don't deal with that.